Summertime's coming up. Let's talk travel griddles. I had a real unique experience several months back, and I had a chance to go down to the Daytona 500.
This is the most American thing I've ever done in my life. Drivers, start your engines!
Bighorn allowed me to go down there and film some content with them, but the advantage of that trip has opened my eyes forever. In the infield, we got a chance to talk to a ton of griddle people. I was walking around, I noticed you had a griddle, and I would talk to you. So every single person down there that took a chance to say hi or welcome in with open arms about your griddling cooking experience, I appreciate it. This is the point of the video. I've always been a big griddle kind of guy, but I know there's certain instances where a small griddle matters. I have 3 unique travel griddles that I've saved. We have the Weber, the Solo, and the Blackstone. Let's go over some few features. Let's talk about goods, bads, all that other stuff, and see if a travel griddle is perfect for you. Let me show you what I'm working with. We got the 22-inch Solo still fire, okay? I have the Weber 22-inch Traveler griddle, and we have the Blackstone, the Adventure Ready. I've cooked on it several times, and I'm gonna talk about each one of them. First up, the lids. Does it matter to you? I don't know. I don't know what type of situation you're in. The Blackstone has 2 little feet right here, and they hang off the back if you want to just hang off the back, or you can completely remove it. The Weber hinges. If you want to, you can unscrew it and keep it on like a dome and then take it off when you use it and put it back on there. I do that with my griddles all the time. Same thing with a Solo. It's hinged. You can remove it if you want to. Second, we're going to talk about surfaces, heating, and all that other stuff. There's no doubt that this is a stainless steel griddle. It doesn't take a rocket science to look at that and say, hey, that's different, right? But there is some differences between these 3 griddles along with the price tags, and each one is different because of that. This is stainless steel. I've cooked on it. I've cooked on the big one, the little one. I absolutely love it. I feel like it's one of the better high-end griddles out there, but for a smaller price tag. I know what you're saying. $800 or $300 for a portal grill is super expensive. I don't doubt that. But what you're getting bang for the buck wise compared to the other alternatives out there is really good. The griddle plate removes, and you can wash this inside, outside, it doesn't matter. Just treat it like stainless steel. There's braces that you can use from like Barkeeper's Friend. There's sponges you can use. It's washable. You don't even have to worry about it, right? Like literally it's rust proof. Set it, forget it. It's 3-ply, really heavy duty. And you can see right there the racetrack design. We'll get that into a second. But that just adds to your even heating. Listen, some people that I've met use their griddle literally 3 to 4 times a year. They could give a rat's you know what about what kind of griddle they have because they just don't use it enough. And however, there's other ones out there in those big old RVs. We saw them all, from camping to RVs to pulling trailers, you name it. They use their griddle more than just Daytona. They use it all the time. They're always traveling. So it depends on your usage. Correct me if I'm wrong. I probably need to look it up, and I'll correct myself if not in the notes. Weber now for the Traveler has the slate. This is not the slate. But now their new griddles have that slate rust resistant. But we've used this a ton, and there's no rust on mine at all. So a couple little spots building right there, but you just literally wipe it off, and you're probably a couple coats of oil, and you're good to go. Underneath the hood, removable as well. And you have that design right there. You guys can see the grease trap and all the shenanigans inside. I would not say this is one of the even heating griddles. Now, if that matters to you, we can get over that in a second. I just want to show you that. And then on the Blackstone, one advantage of this is you can actually season this in the oven. And if you ever have a chance to season something in the oven, especially like cast iron, then it works flawlessly. It is really good. I have not used this since the last time I used it. Don't even know the last time I used it. But there's no rust on it. It's been in my garage, and I didn't even clean it up because I wanted you guys to see the true look of the griddle. But of course, you can remove this. It's got little feet down there. I don't know why you would. But if you wanted to, you could, and there you go. So you got your rolled steel. Even though your Weber is still a rolled steel, it still has the way they bake it in the oven, really the design that it's considered rust resistant, and it does a really good job. I know they've had really high success with their slate. And of course, the stainless steel is foolproof. Big thing on my list when I look at a griddle, no matter what size it is, what brand it is heating. I'm more of a fan of a low heat. I feel like if you turn on the griddle and you walk away, talk to your friends, think about all the people that are tailgating. Think about all the people that are RVing. Think about all the people at the races that we got a chance to meet. You name it. There's a lot of times where you're not just sitting there dead set on the grill, right? You're not watching the temperature rise and then, oh, you can only add an egg then. You got to cook off the heat and all that shenanigans. Turn the heat on. If it stays on low, to me, it's a fantastic unit, okay? Out of all these three models, I think the Solo does the best job at staying low. It has the best even heat as well. When it comes to the Weber, when we cooked on it, there's no doubt that this spot right here is extremely hot, and then the rest of the griddle funnels out. It's all right. Probably a little cooler spot right over here. On the Blackstone, you have a wind guard up front, but not necessarily on the sides. Even on my back porch, when I get asked all the time, how do you protect your griddles from the wind? This was the only one that's ever given me problems. I do know that they make wind guards. I know some people use like scrapers like this from the Dollar Tree. You put down in there, it kind of protects the wind coming from this way. I do not necessarily recommend this because I don't know the engineering behind it. But I feel like if you block off the gases too much, you might be doing more damage than good. You got to be caution, beware. Maybe reach out to them. Like I said, I don't know the correct answer, but I know that people try to use this to block the wind. Now, when I do it, I might use one because the wind comes through, and that's good enough for me. What happens is that heat starts building, and this thing can get away from you in a hurry. It does build up in heat. I would not say it's even heat. This is one of those systems where you heard all the time that you got to learn your griddle, learn your edges, learn your hot spots. For this griddle, for the price point, you know, that's part of it. You know, you just cook on it and go. Some people care, some people don't. That's up to you. That's up to you. This has two burners, which is a positive, right? Because if you're talking about your zones and all that stuff, you can turn one hotter than lower. You can also turn one off and only cook on a small part to keep something warmed on the other side. So I like the idea of the two burner. I mentioned that because the Weber has the same thing. And when you look over here to the Solo, clear as day, you only have one burner. Now that sucks. I really wish on a 22 inch they could do a two burner, but with a racetrack design, you know, it does keep it pretty evenly. There is no doubt that if on the Blackstone, if you wanted to raise one side higher, right, and sear a steak and have your next side cooler, the reality is you think you have it. Same thing with Weber. It's not the brand I'm talking about. It's just the design. The unit's so small that you have so much bleed over in temp, you're not really getting a 500 degree and a 320 degree side by side. It's not going to happen on either griddle for these two. So where that has two systems or one system, you know, that's it's not a make it or break it. Real quick, they all three have the ability to plug into a 20-pound tank. You just got to use the right adapter. And moving right down, they all three have grease traps. Blackstone's in the back. Full-size grease trap. Amen for that, because good Lord of mercy, we need it. Weber's is in the front. Not bad. Probably holds the same amount, but I'm a bigger fan of having the deeper model, especially when it comes to oils and hot water and stuff. That gets sloshy. You know, that's a little bit more compact, and the juice stays down deeper, so it's not, you know, going to splosh out as much. And on the Solo, even worse. Probably the smallest out of the three. Definitely need to change it if you're washing your griddle, scraping it off and putting stuff, you know, like how you scrape stuff to the back. Definitely keep it on your grease trap. Not a fan of it, but you know, it's a portable griddle, and I'm sure that's like anything, pros and cons, right? And lastly, the feet. The Solo and the Blackstone does not come with adjustable feet. Why does that matter? You know how many times people set up on campgrounds, us included? You know how many times people set up on any type of situation and the ground is unlevel? The Weber, you can definitely adjust. We had to do it when we went on our camping trip. Every single place that we put our Weber and we had a chance to do it, we did. Other people overcome it. Obviously, when we were down in Daytona, I think Blackstone led like 99-1, right? Like, I mean, they were everywhere. It did not matter. Size, shape, value, it didn't matter. Blackstones were everywhere. They dominated the Daytona infield. So people get away with it, right? So if you're thinking, oh man, that is true, I don't know about leveling. Hey, all these people had another way to do it. Whether or not they put it on the table and leveled the table, some people said, the heck with it, I don't care, it's not going to matter. So I don't think that's a make it or break it either. Just want to go over some of the features because I feel like this is definitely a missing part of the griddle community, is the travel aspect. And to be honest with you, we get a lot of comments. The comments say this: hey, it's just me and my wife, we're looking to get a small griddle. I don't really want a 36-inch griddle. Can you recommend a 22-inch griddle? My first reaction is, ooh, I think you need to go bigger. But the reality is some people don't want bigger, and that's why there's so much more interaction with the griddle community, and that's why I feel like it's changed my perspective on what it takes to have a griddle and the people that are using the griddle. and I feel like I got put in my place a little bit, right? I like, you know, you kind of preach from a pulpit of like what you believe in, the size you believe in, and why you believe in it, and then you talk to your friends, your neighbors, you know, the people at the Daytona 500 or wherever we're at, and this is everywhere. They're just everywhere, and it's pretty unique to see how intense people do recipes. Because people were making, wouldn't you say, like dang near 5-star recipes. We got invited to so many, like a guy wanted me to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning for breakfast. I'm like, buddy, I don't know if I'll be up that early. He's, oh, you got to make it. We're flying out that day. So many people asked us to come by on another day to eat because they were so proud of the food that they had made. And we're not talking about burgers and dogs. We're talking about straight up, when you call it, legit meals, as they say on the go. So just a quick little video. The price range, as far as I know, I could be corrected because of sales, because of discounts and stuff like that. You got $199 on the Blackstone, you got $299 on the Weber, and you got $399 on stainless. I know what you're thinking, $399 is a lot. I agree, but it is stainless. Stainless is always more expensive, so you know you can argue that till you're blue in the face. Anything else you want to go over?
The weight.
Oh, you're right.
They're portable.
Now, the Blackstone's feet kind of stick in. You see this little knob right here? You raise up, pull it back, it kind of locks in. It's a little bit more stout. I'm not saying it's not here. I'm not saying it's a bad design. I'm just saying it's a little bit more locked in than what you would think. There's your H design in there. If it ever gets too heavy, believe it or not, once you remove the plate of any one of these three, the plate's your most heaviest part. This is probably 75% of the weight. So if you had to do it in 2 parts, you could. Like I said, this can come off. You can completely season it inside your oven. I would probably consider that neck and neck with the Solo. I'm not exactly sure which one's heavier or lighter. They're very similar. But the Weber is no doubt the heaviest. There's a stark difference in base. The griddle top's pretty heavy. This is a pretty beefy unit, as you would say. So this definitely has it on build quality. You can adjust the legs, stuff like that. I would say that on the lid, top cover must be open when burners are in operation. I'm sure that's a safety mechanism. So if you're asking if you can use it for a dome, I would not recommend it. Solo, the same thing. I close my lid when I use it, but they actually say that you could use it. You just can't go crazy, right? Don't have it on high for like 10, 15 minutes and stuff like that. I had mine on low. We put those potatoes on there with onions when we did our Creekside breakfast, and I lowered the lid while that heat built up, because I wanted to build up the heat with all those potatoes, and then once it started rocking and rolling, I just kept the lid open. So that might be a benefit for you. You know, if you're melting cheese or you're steaming onions and peppers to go with some dogs, there's an advantage of the Solo as well. So there you go. So that's like a quick little unique way to do a griddle review. I don't know how to say this professionally. I don't think there's a right or wrong one. I think it's just however you want to use it, right? Because like I said, there's people down there that literally only use their griddle 3 to 4 times a year. Like I said, other people use it a lot more often, so maybe you want to upgrade to a griddle that rusts a little bit less. I say that because if you don't stay up on your maintenance on a rolled steel griddle, and it doesn't matter if it's a Blackstone, right? I'm not any rolled steel griddle like that, then you might come out and find a lot of rust on there, and you got to take the time to deal with it. When it comes to the Traveler and the Solo, that's not really an issue. You don't really have to worry about rust now on the new Weber slate design, and definitely not on stainless, right? So as long as you clean it, soapy water, get everything off of there, dry it off nice and neat. On the Solo, you're good. Obviously, you're not going to use soap and water on your rolled steel or your slate. Hey, the wife made a good point off camera. Not to harp too much about the weight, but she said, you know, you just mentioned if you go up in price for $100, you get the rust-resistant Weber. $100 more, you get the Solo with the stainless steel, right? She said, what if you back it down, right? The Blackstone was $199, but it's a lot less weight. So for people that are moving their griddle often, or they're going on the back of a truck bed, or they are taking it camping. Hey, when we went last year camping, that's a lot of work to get it in and out every single time we went in. So maybe the lightweight option is for you. I'm not saying it's like featherweight. I'm just saying when you look at the bells and whistles, look at, you know, their options and stuff like that, there is a benefit of having a griddle that's less weight. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. You know, like I said, Daytona changed me. It really did. I really got a unique perspective because I got a chance to talk to a lot of people that actually use them for various reasons. And that's almost like just knowledge filtering in like as much as we possibly could. So as always, we have a join button down below. It's a membership program. We thank each and every one of you for taking time for doing so. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Last but not least, thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, share with your friends. Peace.
Should we do some 22-inch griddle cooks?
I didn't ask you. Dang.
We could do some travel griddle recipes.
Hey, if it's anything like them people in the RV, you might as well get your steaks, your potatoes. They didn't hold back.